Toriko chapter 376. So, I have mixed feelings about this chapter that I imagine most of you will feel as well. So, we start off the chapter by the eight kings arriving and getting ready to face Acacia, and instantly the shit hits the fan for me. Now, I don't know why this is, but I didn't expect the capture level of the eight kings to be so vastly low in comparison to God. I mean, I understand that the eight kings in comparison to God would obviously be lower, maybe by 1,000, maybe by two, but there's almost a 4,000 capture level gap between the two. And I think it pretty much, with this chapter, cements that power levels are bullshit. Yo, power levels are bullshit when it comes to anything besides the eight kings and God. Because the power level so far for every other living thing has made sense. But when it comes to the eight kings and God, the power level, the capture level, the number just seems arbitrary, and it, frankly speaking, seems to take away from the power that they have. It's almost nonsensical. So I just finished reading the chapter, and I took down what the capture level of every eight king was. So we have Whale King Moon at 6,600. He is the highest. He's the one with the highest capture level. Next was Guinness at 6,550. Surprisingly close to Whale King Moon, as like I expected, but not as close as I thought. I thought it would be like within a 10-point difference, or maybe even no difference whatsoever. Next was Horse King Heracles at goddamn 6,200. Now, there's a 400 gap between him and Moon. And I frankly thought beforehand that Heracles would be the weakest of the eight kings, or at least one of. It was him and the Emperor Crow. And the Emperor Crow is at 6,000 flat. Also, another thing. The Emperor Crow, the Mother Snake, and the Sky Deer. We have no names for them. It's kind of late in the game. At this point, he should have just put the names right when he put the goddamn capture level, because no one else is really going to be talking about their names. I doubt anyone will, at least until the fighting is over or whatever. I mean, we have Whale King Moon, Wolf King Guinness, Dragon King Delarus, Monkey King Bambina, Horse King Heracles. Just give the other three their names. Just could have just done it right now. I don't know why he's stalling, but I guess priorities were in mind. Next up was Bambina at 6,000 also. Don't know why. That's weird, and I just I don't see Bambina in any way being weaker than Heracles, and also weaker than the as weak as the Emperor Crow. Like, there is no way in shit Bambina. Like, everyone says this, Bambina's capture level is at 6,000 because of the membrane. Once the membrane is off, capture level spikes. But why is it that we just have it at 6,000 flat? Like, that's weird. That's just further proof that the capture level is just bullshit. Continuing on from that, we have the Mother Snake at 6,310, higher than Bambina, Emperor Crow, and Heracles, but still in the bottom four. The Mother Snake, who was so ungodly fast, it blitzed a piece of acacia to the point that it didn't even realize it was eaten. You're telling me that incredible amount of speed and power puts him in the bottom four? I don't understand that. Moving on, Sky Deer is at 6,450, and the Dragon King is the second highest with 6,590. Obviously, I kind of thought that the Dragon King would be more powerful than Moon, but he's just slightly under Moon. And frankly speaking, with the shit that he did in this chapter, I don't know why he isn't on par with Moon. Tim and De La Rue should be on par with Moon. But moving on, Acacia has no fear of the goddamn Eight Kings. He calls them insects. I imagine he sees them the same way he saw Toriko and Starjun when he first came in and looked at God and he saw them as giant flies. I imagine he sees the Eight Kings just as slightly larger flies. But either way, Guinness tries to exact his revenge and steps on him. Massive shockwave. Massive earth-shattering shockwave. Neo eats his paw. I knew from the get that they were going to lose the fight, but I knew it was going to be a good fight, and it is a good fight. Yo, Acacia goes for the gourmet punch. Guinness grabs it, takes him like a rag doll, swings him around, smashes him against the ground, throws him up into the sky, and De La Rue, never thought this would happen. He has thousands of tongues, takes each tongue, has gourmet energy building up on each, and shoots them out into a beam that condenses, that collides and forms into one, and goes so far. It goes not only planetary, I think it went outside of our solar system. Yo. Joey couldn't do shit. The Blue Nitro couldn't do shit. Joey's Skycutter didn't even do shit. It didn't even deflect it, change course, didn't do shit. Understand that Joey has eaten Acacia's full course. Joey has 100% gourmet cells awakened. And his attack was shit compared to oh my god. I don't know whether that means that Joey's demon isn't that powerful, or that the goddamn Dragon King is just so vastly powerful that it doesn't mean shit. I can't tell which one. But either way, the Dragon King is more powerful on his own than Joey. That says a lot. Joey tries to leave and help Acacia, but Starjun ain't having that. Tepe shows up, stops one of the Blue Nitro from attacking De La Rue, and we move on from there. Apparently, the first thing that Acacia wants to do is handle God. So he wants to eat God, and then he's probably going to take out the Eight Kings. Because maybe awakening more of his cells. Because we don't know, remember, we don't know what's going to awaken with Neo when he eats any part of the full course. So if he awakens God, he might awaken his tongue again. He might awaken his arm. He might awaken his brain. Who knows what will happen. But we'll have to see. One thing before I go back to the Eight Kings. Toriko, his demons seem to still be feeding off of his energy when they leave his body. Because they were separate from his body, but they were still feeding off of his energy. Because once he couldn't sustain them leaving his body for too long, they had to go back to him. Says a lot. Says a lot. Because if the third one shows up and Toriko truly cannot withstand him being out for a minute, maybe even a moment, the main character is dead. Unless we get center, main character dead. That's it. That's insane. But we'll have to see what happens there. Now, I want to go back to the Eight Kings for a moment. This is going to make my review fairly long. But I really want to talk about this. The Eight Kings, to me, were like the pinnacle predators. Even though Horse King Heracles and Skydeer are probably not predators because, well, the Horse King eats oxygen and air, and who knows what the hell the Skydeer eats. He's probably vegetarian, who knows. But you would think that they are like the pinnacle of species on their planet. Why the hell is their capture level so low in comparison to God? I understand God is the pinnacle of flavor overall, but the dramatic like decline is too much in my mind. Furthermore, I remember there being capture levels for foods such as air. Someone remind me what the capture level of air is, because I want to know what comparison that is to an eight king. Now, obviously, the air isn't like a predator, but I remember him consuming bodies of those two dudes from Neo when Toriko went ape shit and he like one punched these motherfuckers. I remember it consuming them. So if we consider air just the salad to be on, let's say, a 5,000 a 6,000 capture level, you're saying that air, if it was a species, would be on par or stronger than half of these two of these eight kings. I mean, I understand that the Emperor Crow isn't that powerful in comparison to the other eight kings, but the eight kings overall aren't that powerful in comparison to God. Like, it's just the gap breaks my mind for some reason. I feel as if the capture levels in this sense are destroying the real excitement that I'm supposed to have for the eight kings showing up. I remember back before the time skip, shit used to have a capture level of immeasurable, unfathomable, disastrous, crazy shit where it was just pure words instead of numbers. I feel like with the eight kings we should have stayed with that, because the number just diminishes the excitement for me. I feel like I'm in part 1 of Dragon Ball Z. Like, his capture level's over 9,000. 9,000 capture level ain't shit at all. At all, at all. Like, my nigga, it's nothing. And that depresses me. But so far, I mean, I'm impressed with what the things that the eight kings do. Goddamn destroy breath. The shit that the Dragon King. Apparently that's dimensional. That's a dimensional. It looked like appetite energy. What is he, Kuwabara? He's got the goddamn dimension sword? Yo. Yo. That. Yo. If I see some Ichi. No, I'm sorry. I was about to say Ichigo. I was say if I see some Yusuke Mazaku shit from Toriko or from goddamn Komatsu, I'm gonna shit myself. They can't no. They can't let them be that powerful. They can't let them be that powerful. Not Yusuke powerful. That's Togashi shit. No. No. And just before I leave, I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you guys feel like the capture level diminishes the eight kings in any way? Not based on what they do, just based on the fact that it's a number